It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Jackson now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. A dump underneath to Jones. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Play action now. Winston. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Sheldon Richardson coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. He's got Evans. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
We got 4. We got 4.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Jameis to throw it. Drops it to Jones in the flat. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Throwing, Winston. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
4 down. Ready? Black 25.
2nd down, Winston. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Again, blocker. Let's go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All day, every day.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Winston. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Out of his end zone, Brissett. Left side caught by Diggs. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 99 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Let's go
So
now.
the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey. Where's that?
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Ohio!
From the gun, here's Brissett. And able to find Alan Lazard. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. David Emerson able to bring him down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
And how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And that is incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Brissett. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out.
Nice play, baby. Nice play. Hey, let's go, let's go. Double tight. Easy. 4 down.
Here's Winston. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Flex round.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. Underneath here to Hill. And he's going to get it down to the 33. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Let's go. What? 90. Ohio.
Brissett to throw on 1st. A dump off now to Hill. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Ready. Blue ready.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Green, triple C. Ready. White 25. Let's go.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Over the middle to Evans. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
The Bucs on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves. On 2nd down, Hill. Oh, he faked him with a juke. Now he's got some room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Nowhere, baby, nowhere. Let's go. Way to go, D. Way to go, D.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run on 1st down. Hill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Ohio! Ohio!
On 1st down, Hill. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go! 190! 190! Check, watch 54,
Brissett sets to throw it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
Flex round! Flex round! 4 down, 4 down. Check, check.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Another shot from the one on second and goal.
4 down, 4 down. Ohio! Ohio! Check 15, check 15.
They'll run it with Hill. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Jeremy Hill, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And it's 15-0. Carlson now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think.
And that's caught inside the 35. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Winston now to throw on first down. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Cornelder. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he gets it up to the 46. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Red 38. Ohio. 58's Mike. 58's Mike. Gotta do better.
Here's Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And that'll make our score 14-7. This fielded at the 2. And some room to roam now. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Jackson now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Jameis to throw it. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
On third down, here's Jones. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ohio!
They go play action with Brissett. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
To throw is Brissett. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Brissett now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Brissett, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
On play action, Brissett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Sonic! Hey, sub. Let's go. 4 down. Sonic! Let's go.
Winston now after the fumble recovery. Forced out to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Linval Joseph able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. To throw is Winston. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. In for the score. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh, nice move. And there he goes again. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Again, helping partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. For the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
First down, Winston. Looking downfield for Godwin. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles.
And got his man complete. They give him a gain of 38. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Brissett now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go! Red 38!
From the red zone now, Brissett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll bring up a second down. Now a handoff. Here's Hill. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Flex round! Flex round!
Brissett now. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Levante David with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Back now in Tampa. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Now Brissett. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Jackson now to return. A beautiful spin and room to run. Deshaun Jackson, 98 yards. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And now out comes Minnesota. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, what are they, about 95% chance of winning?
Oh, yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the gun, here's Brissett. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They go play action. Winston. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Even. Sonic.
A first down throw for Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go now. Blitz.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Hey, sub. Let's go. Even. 550. Ready. Blue 80. Sonic. Mike's 54.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Staying on his feet. Steps away to his left. There he goes inside the 30. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Hey, 5-0.
Jameis now on first down. Being chased out left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Clock running here under 90 seconds to go.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Hey, sub.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Bucs on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. Winston now. Steps away. Fighting this. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.